Welcome back to the ABC of EDC with me, Rick Flat, your host through everything, everyday carry. Another week, another watch review. Now I know what you're saying. Rick, this is supposed to be everyday carry. Where's the knives? Where's the tools? Where's the tech? Where's the cars? Where's like other stuff? It's coming, but at the moment we have a abundance of watches, so we're going to keep going. And last week I kind of struck on an idea accidentally when I did a Casio review of this series called After the Hype. You know, watches get hyped up and everyone like, I want this watch, and you can't get it for love nor money, and by the time everyone can get them, the hype's kind of passed and no one talks about them again. And it's a shame, because sometimes we should learn our lessons from things that get hyped that are rubbish and things that get hyped that are actually still worth your time, even though the hype train has left the station. One such watch is this watch. This is a watch from a company called San Martin, however you want to say it. I say it like this: San Martin. I don't know why they're not French or anything. It doesn't make any sense. I got this from China. This is an AliExpress watch, and AliExpress is known for like copy watches, kind of wacky movements, indiscriminate finishing techniques, but this actually San Martin actually do some great watches, and this particular watch, the SN004-G, I think it is, whatever, man. This is the San Martin Retro Diver, was one such watch that was hyped up a couple of years ago. I bought one at the time, managed to get my hands on one in the sale, and I really should have reviewed this long before now, but just kind of came across this thing of After the Hype. I thought this was a watch that was hype, and it was actually a little bit hard to get, kind of. But now they're very common, and I want to return to look at it. Would you do me a favour? Over 85% of you that watch my videos don't subscribe, and I get it, man. You're busy, I'm busy, everyone's busy, I'm busy, you're busy, we're all busy. But if you could just take a moment to like, subscribe, press the little bell icon, select all, leave a comment, get involved a little bit. It will help me feel like more loved, basically, and like my life is worth something and not just an indiscriminate spiral of darkness and doubt and despair. And also the algorithms and stuff means my videos will get shoved around a little bit more and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, enough about all this business. Let's flippy, spinny, and head on to Overhead Rick, me, to review this diver. So here we have it. This is the San Martin, who knows? SN004-G, or really the San Martin Retro Diver. Now this thing a couple of years ago was juicy McJuicy. Everyone was talking about it. They were saying, look, AliExpress, yeah, you get your cheap kind of like tribute watches on there. Do you know what I mean? Like you're kind of like wink and a nod to other kind of makes of watches. But if you want like a really good quality, but not a break the bank situation. I think I paid 170 quid for this, something like 150 quid or something for it. Then this was kind of the go-to for more than a while. And it's easy to understand why. I mean, just look at this thing. She's a pretty thing. Let's just get through a few of its dimensions, just to get that out of the way. Now, this watch is 38mm on the case, but the crown just kind of protrudes a little bit, giving you a real kind of workable bezel area of 39mm. It's 13 thick, so just 13mm thick. It has a lug to lug, if you measure here, quite small, 45.5, but it's got these kind of Mao end links here. You see the Mao end links? And they take it up to like 52mm, but it's it still handles very well. I mean, my wrist is 7 inches, and this looks great on it. My wrist doesn't swallow it up. It doesn't look like a baby, sort of baby watch or a toy watch. It's great, man. Lug width of 20, weight of 130 grams. So it's got some weight, but it's not hefty, man. Not like this beast, man. The Planet Ocean. There's a review of this Planet Ocean. If you want it, just up here, we'll just throw it up somewhere. You can check that out. That's a kind of meaty watch, but this, not so much, man. 316L stainless steel, a ceramic bezel insert, a unidirectional 120 click bezel. Now I must say, let me put this in and bring a mic in here. Let's check this out, man. Come here, microphone. Just crispy. I would say it's crispy, man. It's got a really good feel. There's not much play. Everything lines up. On the whole, you can understand why this became such a successful watch for AliExpress, and particularly for San Martin, right? Because the build quality is up there, man. it's up there. And for just over a hundy, you know, hundy and a half, whatever, man, you're getting a very, very, very well-made watch. And like I say, I've had this year and a half, I don't know, maybe the 2 years, man. I've had no problems with it. It's run pretty well. I mean, I've not put it on a time graph or nothing, but it keeps good enough time. I'm not noticeably losing anything. It's infinitely wearable, comfortable. If I'm going to get a comment, someone will comment on this because it looks like something, man. Do you know what I mean? Like I remember I sat with a friend of mine and he had a gold Aquanaut on. Gold Aquanaut. And I grabbed it. So let me try that on, man. And he had a rubber strap. And I was like, oh, this thing is juicy, man. And he just said he loves how understated it was. He said, like, people are more likely to stop you or more likely to nick your watch than mine. And I don't know about that, man. But he's probably right. It's just something about it. If you don't know watches, you look at it, it's got a little bit kind of like goldy on it. It's just kind of shiny metal. It might look like an expensive watch to the people who don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's just a good looking watch. Let's talk about that dial. So you haven't got sort of applied markers. It's just all printed on the dial. We have that sort of faux patina situation on the dial, which I like. Some people don't like it. I like it. It's got those sort of gilt hands. Lume on this watch, pretty decent actually. Pretty decent, man. You got that big pip on the second hand there. You got those Mercedes style hands. Sort of a matte, sort of black dial, sort of matte-ish, I guess. You've got that kind of boxed or domed sapphire crystal, which is, oh, mate, just it's a beautiful thing, man. It's kind of domed, it's kind of boxy, it's kind of in between. I don't know what you'd call it, man. It'll kind of be up to you. The dial. Now, this is where it kind of splits a few people because there is a little bit of bipolarness to the design of this watch. We have a kind of script of San Martin there, just under the 12. Down at the 6, we have one font saying one thing and then another font saying another thing. We roll over to the crown. I don't think you'll get it on here, but I'll put in some macros. You then have a shark on the crown, and then you go to the clasp, and on the clasp you have this sort of. It reminds me of the Men in Black kind of logo. I don't remember that movie, man. But it's got a different San Martin logo there. So you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different kinds of branding on this one watch. So yeah, that's been a bit of a knock on this, but whatever, man. You can deal with it. Let's just put this on watch for a second. On watch, come on, mate. Get better. Put it on wrist and just show you kind of how this looks. Like I say, now I wear this a little bit Sopranos. I don't know why, man. Some watches I want them kind of in place. Others, man, I like a bit of Sopranos. And for me, this is that kind of Sopranos watch. It's got a faux rivet bracelet, got little bits of gilt on it, mate. I'm just kind of into it, man. But there it is, 7-inch wrist, comfy as all hell. Like I say, small enough to kind of look kind of retro, but not so small. It's not 36, 34, whatever we're messing with. The bracelet, for my money, is great. I've heard people knock it, but I like it. Really good clasp, little kind of a little safety pinch there. This is fully milled, like I say, signed. So we could argue about the branding, but it's signed, which is good. The bracelet itself looks great. It's a bit tricky to undo because you have to put a screw in this side and this side at the same time and kind of twist them against each other. So it's a little bit fiddly, but they give you the tools for that. But the surprising thing about this bracelet is it's actually a 5-piece. It's a 5-piece. You have the middle, you have the 2 outer parts of the bracelet, and then you actually have where there's a polished edge on it, you actually have, oh, look at that, terrible. Where there's a kind of polished edge to it, you actually have a small plate which goes on outside. I don't think you can see it there, man, but yeah, it's involved. It's definitely an involved situation. Anyway, what do I really think about this watch? For me, was the hype warranted at the time? Definitely. But I see now they have uprated it with a different movement, a few other things on it, and now they're trying. Some people want like 270 quid for it. It ain't no 270 quid watch, man. What it is an absolute. I mean, this exact watch is now 170, right, on Ali. What this is at 170 quid for my money is an absolute steal of a watch. You go to any high street anywhere, you try and get a Seiko, try and get a Citizen, try and get whatever you want. You'll not get an auto movement with hacking, winding. You'll not get sapphire. You'll not get ceramic. You'll not get that retro vibe. You won't get a milled clasp. You won't get solid end links for anywhere near that. You just won't get it. So for me, this is definitely, I can see what the fuss was about. And I get it. So after the hype, this watch, man, is still a winner. It's still a gorgeous, gorgeous situation, man. It really is. So if I were you, would I buy this if you got some readies? I'd say definitely, man. And you can get, like I say, you can get the later one if you want, which is a little bit more organised. I believe that the logo they put on the clasp on this one is now on the dial. You can have it with nothing on the dial. I do believe that they've taken the shark off of the crown now and put the same logo, so you can have it a little bit more together. But for my money, I don't mind the kind of like confusion on the dial. I actually like that little scripty thing. I don't know why. Anyway, that's me. I'm done. This has been the San Martin SN004-G, the retro diver. Have a great time. Have a great time. I don't know. Well, yeah, why don't you have a great time? And I'll see you on the next ABC of EDC. Later.